Good morning to all of you.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning. In the previous class, we have discussed about the different types of assessment based on the objective of assessment. Why we are doing assessment, and that was assessment of learning, assessment for learning, and assessment as learning. So these three things we have seen. Now we will see the tools and techniques of assessment, and specifically we will discuss the tools of techniques based upon the nature of data, which kind of a data we are going to collect, whether we are thinking of collecting quantitative data or we are thinking of collecting qualitative data. So based upon these two major dimensions, we will discuss about the tools and techniques of assessment. So first we will start with your views, opinion, and your understanding about the qualitative and quantitative data. So can somebody say that what is the qualitative and what is the quantitative mode of assessment? Anybody? This is again not a very new topic for you. You must have studied this topic in the research methodology also, even in the assessment and evaluation of your B.Ed program. You must have seen these things. So can somebody say?
हेलो सर.
हाँ प्रियंका.
हाँ सर.
हाँ बोलिए.
Sir, when you different types of techniques like open question, focus group discussion, observation, interview.
I
These are the qualitative.
I am concerned with definition of quantitative and qualitative. I am concerned with the what is qualitative data and what is quantitative data. You are whatever you are talking, it's very much correct, but these are the specific tools. संतोष. हाँ संतोष.
Morning, sir.
हाँ गुड मॉर्निंग बोलिए.
Sir, quantitative data will be in, sir, quantity means it is in, will be in figure, sir, but qualitative it will be in descriptive form, sir.
Figure means what kind of a figure? Pictures.
Sir?
You are talking about pictures.
Yes, sir.
So quantitative data will be in the form of picture. Am I
No,
right?
sir, figure, sir.
Figure means picture or what? What figure?
No, sir, means in numbers, sir, numerals.
Numerals. Okay. So quantitative will be in the numbers.
Numeral form, sir.
And qualitative?
In descriptive form, sir, in what, sir?
In word, in descriptive forms. Okay. Achha. Okay, thank you, Santosh ji.
Okay, sir.
And Salini, can you say something? Salini?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Can you say something about the qualitative and qualitative?
Sir. Yes, sir.
Can you say something about these two terms?
सर क्वालिटेटिव डाटा मीन्स हम जो इंटरप्रेट करते हैं, जो भी हम जो डाटा कलेक्ट करते हैं उसको हम लैंग्वेज में इंटरप्रेट करते हैं. जिसको हम मेजर नहीं करते उसको लैंग्वेज थ्रू हम इंटरप्रेट करते हैं. एंड क्वांटिटेटिव डाटा जो है उसको नंबर.
So when we talk about the nature of data, on the basis of nature of a data, there are two types of a data. One type of a data that can be expressed in the form of numerals, numbers. These type of a data are known as a quantitative data. because we can express the value in the form of numbers. For sake of example, when we want to measure some object and we say that the object is of 5 feet length. Here what we are doing, here we are measuring, and the outcome of the measure we are expressing in terms of numbers. So wherever we will do assessment and evaluation whose outcome will be number, then those assessment and evaluation will be known as a quantitative evaluation or assessment. Like that, we can give a paper pencil test, or we can give a test which requires your responses in terms of some numbers. Suppose that I have given one test and I am saying that out of 50 mark you have secured 40. So what I am doing, I am evaluating your performance in terms of numbers. So this type of assessment and evaluation is known as a quantitative evaluation and assessment. Whereas if I am assessing an evaluation whose responses will be not in terms of numbers, that cannot be expressed in numbers, like the feeling, that your feeling cannot be expressed in terms of a numbers, like that the happiness cannot be expressed in terms of a numbers, like that the sadness, sorrow, pain, these are the things which cannot be expressed in the numbers. So if assessment and evaluation is concerned with the feeling, your opinion, your attitude, then this type of assessment and evaluation will known as a qualitative assessment, because opinion cannot be given in terms of a number. For sake of example, I am talking about my opinion about your attentiveness in the online classes. Someone can say that I can express in a number, because suppose that 20 classes are taken, you are present in a 18 class, so I can say that you were present 18 class out of 20. But remember, this type of a quantification of a data will not give a real picture. It gives only your attendance, not attentiveness. So if I will be talking about my opinion about your attentiveness in online class, then I have to explain. I have to use the words. I have to use the sentences to describe your attentiveness in online class. Or if I were talking about your habits, that these are the things which cannot be expressed in a number. Or suppose that I want to know your opinion about organizing online classes. Your opinion about how you are feeling during this pandemic. It cannot be expressed in a numbers. We cannot express in a number, in fact. So, whenever we are concerned with evaluation and assessment about these things, then we have to go for the qualitative assessment and evaluation techniques. So I think till now you must have clear that where we have to use the quantitative techniques and where we have to use the qualitative techniques. First thing. Second thing comes that I was saying that opinion cannot be expressed in a numbers, that is a quantified. Feeling cannot be quantified, or attitude cannot be quantified. But we see there are several attitude like that, the attitude towards environment. Attitudes skills are available. Or we used to rate the opinion of a person on a certain topic to quantify. Yes, you can do it, and people are doing it also. But always remember, whenever these things will come, purely quantitative form of assessment will not work. You cannot rely on the outcome of the quantitative test. Some people are also doing, they are taking a qualitative data, and out of the qualitative data they are making a quantitative data, like that the frequency analysis, like that the percentage analysis. But always remember, in order to get a rich data, the information should be expanded. And when you will start narrowing down the information, it will lose its essence. Essence will be loosened. For example, if I'm saying that how you are feeling, what is your feeling during this pandemic, you can explain. But sometime what I can do, some rating scale I can give you to rate on the different parameter, different aspect, different dimension about your feeling during the pandemic. So when we will rate your feeling, so your actual feeling will not come, first thing. Second thing, you will only have an option to give a rating on what a specific question was asked to you, not the other things. But there may be a variety of experience that you must be having, variety of a feeling that you must be having. I cannot pre-guess it and make a questionnaire or a rating scale. So wherever this type of a data is required, you must be very open to the data, and that's why the qualitative data is required, isn't it? So this was the scenario that now we are having. So many persons, they used to employ a rating scale. So rating scale will not work here. It can work to a some extent, but in reality, if you want in-depth understanding, then the rating scale will not work here. What will work? The tools and techniques, that is for the qualitative aspect of the data, isn't it? So here we will have a small break for question answer. Then we will move the specific tools and techniques for collecting quantitative and qualitative data. Yes, anybody who need more clarification, who have some sort of a question or anything?
Yes, sir.
Yes, please.
Yes, sir.
Suryakant.
सर मतलब एटीट्यूड के बारे में पूछना था, जो एटीट्यूड, हाउ एटीट्यूड ऑफ ए स्टूडेंट गेट इवैल्यूएटेड और और बीइंग असेस्ड। सर उसका मतलब प्रोसेस जो है उसके बारे में मतलब क्लैरिफिकेशन थोड़ा चाहिए था।
See, the attitude related to a different thing about a person. If you really want to assess, you can, one simple thing that we used to use for a small kind of a research is that the rating scale. Okay, but if you want to do a very in-depth understanding, then you have to have a interview, you have to have a observation schedule. Okay, then you have to have, uh, if it is more than 2 3 4 5%, then a group discussion or a focused group discussion. Not focused group discussion here will not work, group discussion will work. Group discussion you can have, interview you can have, and the observation schedule you can have. This thing will give you the real picture of the attitude of a person. uh, Attitude scale or a rating scale or a Likert type of a scale, this type of thing will not work here much. However, at a mid level study, people used to use. If you are thinking of using in your study, I don't know what is your PhD, sorry, MA dissertation, but if you are trying, thinking of using, you can use it, but it will be okay for the mid level study. But if you want to do a in-depth study, then rating scale will not be appreciable. Surikant, is it clear to you?
यस सर, यस सर, थैंक यू सर।
Okay. Then anything other question? Anything else?
नो सर।
Okay. So now we will move towards the specific tools and technique of quantitative assessment and evaluation, as well as the qualitative assessment and evaluation. See, when we talk about the quantitative, uh, okay, so one more thing is left. First I will discuss that, then I will go to the tools and technique. Uh, the one more point of a discussion here is that what are the specific features of the quantitative and qualitative tools of assessment and evaluation, and what are the advantage of these two techniques. The first thing is that if you want to do a assessment and evaluation at a very large scale, and suppose that the population, sorry, sample is 300 like that. If your population is like that, then it will be suggestive to use a quantitative data, because handling, analysis and interpretation of a quantitative data is easy. It can be easily tabulated and analyzed and interpreted. So when you are thinking of handling with a large number of data, then the quantitative data analysis, quantitative assessment and evaluation will be suggested. But remember, when you are thinking of having an in-depth analysis, you want to know the phenomena in depth, then the quantitative assessment will not be suggested. Then you have to go for the qualitative assessment. This is the one of the basic difference. And in the quantitative assessment, you can get the result at a very small duration of a time. Whereas if your data is large, then doing a qualitative assessment, analysis and interpretation will take a long time. That's why we don't suggest the qualitative assessment. And it will be very hectic also, because if there is a transcription of a narration of a 50 or 100 or a 200 question, then going through all the transcriptions or a audio or a video recording and analyzing and interpreting will consume a lot of our time. But if you want to do a in-depth analysis, then you have to go for that. But if you have a less time, if you have a more number of samples, then you have to go for the quantitative tools and techniques of assessment and evaluation. This is the one of the basic feature of both kind of assessment techniques. Now come to the different types of tools that we used for the quantitative assessment and evaluation. If we are thinking of quantitative assessment and evaluation, then the tools available are, yes, it may be the rating scales, where we used to rate the performance of a person on a rating scale in a different dimension, wherein the questionnaire for a different dimensions of the assessment is prepared and respondents are asked to respond on that. That is the rating scale. Quantitative assessment can also be done through a multiple choice questions, where there will be one STEM question and there will be multiple distractors, from where the respondent are supposed to choose one distractor, and based upon the correctness of the distractor opted by the respondent, we can quantify their performance. Other objective type of a question can also be used, like a true and false, right and wrong, fill in the blanks, matching type of a question. This type of a things can also be used. So, and even we can use a short answer type of a question, where the respondent are required to respond in a limited word limit. That can also be used. Or if we are concerned about the quantitative assessment, even the rubrics can also be used for rating their performance. Suppose that the students are engaged in activity and you have to quantify their performance in those activities, then we can use a rubrics. Even we can use the rubrics for assessing a descriptive type of a question, problem solving, all the things, in order to quantify their responses. So basically, when we talk about the quantitative tools of evaluation and assessment, here the paper pencil test come, here the rating scale comes, here the Likert or Thurston type of a scale come. I think in one class I was discussing about a Likert type scale and Thurston scale. Do you remember that? Can anybody confirm? Do you remember Likert type scale and Thurston scale?
Yes, sir.
Okay, very good. So these are the techniques available for the quantitative evaluation and assessment. Whereas when we talk about the qualitative tools of assessment and evaluation, there are variety of tools are available. It may be the interview, it may be the observation, where we will observe the student engaged in an activity and we will write a paragraph about their performance in the activity. Even we can interview them on certain topics or certain issue to know their opinion. We can use even the focused group discussion wherein a group of people will be engaged in a focused group discussion, those who are having the shared common experiences. So focused group discussion we can use. Even we can use the opinier to understand their opinion about certain issues. So that they will respond and we will try to analyze their opinions. Even for a qualitative assessment, a peer group assessment can be done. Even a portfolio assessment can be done so that we will collect their performance, the evidence of performance throughout a defined time frame and we will try to analyze their performance during that time. So when we talk about the qualitative assessment, a variety of assessment techniques are there. Similarly, in the quantitative assessment also, a variety of assessment techniques are there, isn't it? So this was the brief introduction about the qualitative and the quantitative tools. I have not discussed each tool in depth because I am assuming that you know about those tools, and when we will start discussing all the tools separately one by one, it will consume almost one class per each tool. Like that, when I am talking about the focused group discussion, focused group discussion will take full one class. So that is, I think, not necessary at this level. However, we will try to finish the syllabus first, and then the time will permit, we can go to those tools in a detail also. Okay, so now we have a time for again question answer session. If you have a difficulty regarding any tools and techniques, you can ask a question now. Yes, anybody?
Hello, sir.
Ha, Priyanka, please.
Can we use the questionnaire for both qualitative and quantitative assessment? Questionnaire.
Okay. So your question is that can we use a questionnaire for both qualitative and qualitative assessment? The simple answer is yes, but it will depend upon the nature of questions you have framed. If it provides a scope to express their opinions, idea, then it will be qualitative. If it doesn't gives the scope, much scope to express their ideas, then it will be quantitative. Yes. So simple question is here. A simple response is yes. Padmini is asking one question. Sorry, it went. I think there is a lot of questions I have to take. Sunanda is saying qualitative data reported in language. So that was your response regarding the quantitative and qualitative. Padmini is saying qualitative data in a subject form. Okay. Open questions for qualitative data and close question for quantitative data. Uh, it is not as easy as you are saying. Open and close-ended questions are defined in a different way. ठीक है. Suppose that I am asking like that one question that what are the learning theories? Name two learning theory. So you will give this learning theory, that learning theory. If I will ask, write a short notes or write a note, not a short note. Critically analyze the theory of operant conditioning and classical conditioning. ठीक है. So this is the open type question, but that cannot be used for a qualitative assessment because out of their responses, which is yes, their way of expression is open. That's why it is an open-ended question. How they are expressing. But you are supposed to write what is operant conditioning, what is classical conditioning, and then you have to analyze. So it will not be a qualitative assessment. But when I will give a scope of expressing their ideas, understanding, that is what is your opinion about using behaviorism in classroom teaching learning process in 21st century. What is your opinion about using tools of ICT in teaching class 9th mathematics class? Then it will be a qualitative because your opinion will come. The fixed kind of data will not come. Means what you think, what is your experience, or you can say that your experience in learning online and face-to-face classes. So your experience, your opinion, your understanding will come out, isn't it? So you have to design the question in that way. Then it will be a qualitative. Otherwise, it will be a simply open-ended question. Is it clear to you, Padmini? Padmini Shah?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Anything else that you would like to ask?
No, sir.
So if there is a no question, हाँ yes, Tanuj sir. हाँ.
सर देखिए हम लोग जो क्वांटिटेटिव डाटा है हम लोग एक्सप्रेस करते हैं नंबर से, तो हम लोग काउंट भी कर सकते हैं क्वांटिटेटिव डाटा को, मगर ये जो क्वालिटेटिव डाटा है हम लोग तो नंबर से एक्सप्रेस नहीं करते हैं, काउंट भी नहीं करेंगे, काउंट भी नहीं कर सकते, तो डाटा को कैसे हम लोग एनालाइज करेंगे?
There are various techniques of analyzing qualitative data. One of the very simple technique is the content analysis that I was talking sometime.
Frequency analysis भी होगा ना?
नहीं, frequency, the same thing just I have talked sometime before in this class. What we are doing when we do, I will finish to Tanuj question, then I will come to your question, Padmini. So there are various techniques of analyzing qualitative data. I think you must have studied in this research methodology class, or if you don't have a very clear cut understanding about how to analyze the data, I can take a separate class for that, because how to do is not very easy to explain in one or two sentences, because there are various techniques, and nowadays softwares are also available. NVivo software is there through which you can analyze the qualitative data, like that the quantitative data you are analyzing by the SPSS, one of the famous software. There are software also, and there are various techniques also. Okay, so I can take one separate class for that, or for the time being you can refer some textbook, try, read and understand, and when I will finish this portion, and then I can take one, two classes for that. Okay, Tanuj, so it won't be very.
Okay, sir. Okay.
And now come to the frequency analysis. See, what I was saying, that these are the things which are done at a M.Ed level, dissertation or M.Ed level जो आपका research होता है. The point of saying is that we used to collect qualitative data so that their data will be open and it will give a rich experience, rich uh, data from the respondent. But when we will do a frequency analysis, then again you are narrowing down the data and you are nullifying the importance of qualitative data. If you are concerned about the frequency analysis, then why not you are going for the rating scale? Why not you are going for the questionnaires? Better you can do that there. So at a M.Ed level, people are doing the frequency analysis for a qualitative data, but that is not suggested. Okay, there is the different techniques of doing qualitative data analysis. We will see. I think I will take one class from tomorrow. The lockdown will start, so sometime I will see the opportunity and I will take one or two class on the qualitative data analysis. Okay. Anything else?
Okay, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, I think now we should stop this class here because it's already 11:20, and then we have to go for another class. I think you must be having another class also. So thank you for being with me. Have a nice day.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.